much.
No problem. Alright, I'm going to be researching something we did in my English class yesterday about helicopter parenting and the problem with the newer generation kids and how they're not developing they're not being independent because they're relying a lot on their parents because of all the technologies, because they have their parents and friends at a touch of a finger. Let's see. There's an article called "The Tethered Generation." It had some good points on there about it was an HR magazine. Had some good points in there. Some those seemed like some credible sources that actually she had. So I just want to check her sources and see who those people are and where they got their information from about how accurate this is. Basically, it's just an article that states that parents are hovering their children are well into college and in their 20s and even in the workforce, not being able to make decisions on their own or having their parents try and fight battles for them. That's not it. 3 to 5 times a day. This right here is talking about the millennials, and then, so that's what I'll look up. I'll look up right here. Helicopter parents. So the definition. This is the rise of cell phones. Here it is again about the workplace. We'll see. There we go. Some Forbes. Alright, back to technology and developing the child. See how it affects them being independent. How technology is affecting them being independent. Better words, here we go. Let's see what that is. It was from ventilated foreman. No, that's not. So in here, she directly cites a couple people. This is the University of California. Young people, parents' most statuses to help young people. See if we can find this guy and see what he has to say about it. See if he. Oops. What? Oh, copy for me. I'll get it. All right. Let's get those methods. What? All right, Robert Epstein. It's a long way. S-T-E-I-N. Alright, so here is their EDU link about helicopter parenting. It's not by Epstein, but parents are responding to a very logical economical consequence. It seems like they're just looking for where it says anything about how it has a direct side effect of the developments of technology. And you can see this is great article. Yes, this is from Robert. I do believe is what the link said. No, that's not him. Let's see, there's the severity of student mental health problems have been rising since 1988, according to the most common problems raised students are issues. So what? Doesn't even seem like it's about. It's a very long article. It's bad enough today children are raised by a psychological hot house where they are over-monitored and over-sheltered, but in the hot house no longer has the geographical thermal boundaries that you can think the cell phone. Okay, there's a cell phone. Students are typically in contact with their parents several times a day, reporting every flicker of experience. A long-distance call overhead on a recent cross-campus walk. One long-distance call overheard on a recent cross-campus walk. Hi, Mom, I just got an ice cream cone. Can you believe they put sprinkles on the bottom as well as they go? So this article is by Hera Estroff. It's published on Psychology Today, and she's talking about how it's directly in the technology and cell phones and tablets and the internet. It's all social media is all a part of how it's taking dependency away from kids. They're not having to be as dependent. So basically, it's just backing up. The original article we read, Tether Generation. So that's all I was trying to do is see if some of the sources that she cited in here were actually good sources or if they were from sources that weren't credible, but they seem pretty credible. This is Robert Epstein's direct article about parenting went to the University of, and he actually referred the last article that we read at. It had his tag on it. So, all right. Let's see if there's anything else we can do that's on the opposite side of the argument that it's not. We can look up some people in the. I believe there's anyone on the opposite side. No, we'll look up. See about the workforce, how it's affecting the workforce. See if the guy, Ann Reynolds. University at Texas Christian University, Ann Reynolds. So I do use Google a lot. I think most of the people my age probably use Google a lot. But when you're doing searches for research or to validate sources, I don't go to .com. I usually look for .edu, maybe some .gov sites. But then again, the .gov sites, from what I found out, sometimes you might actually have to look and see if that source that they're citing on there is credible too. Some of them have good sources. Depends on what you read, but some of them also tend to be biased. So edu is usually the way I try to go when I'm trying to look for now, even if it's something I'm trying to search about politics or the military, you can still find edu sites that post similar topics. So we'll go to this one. What did I do? On it's a .org, so you can go to .orgs too. That is not Ann Reynolds. We'll see. Okay, that's her. So I'm sure if I had a little bit more time, I would be able to find her. We'll just go to her direct site and see. See if that works. I might bring up her.
You ready?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So what I'll do then is I'll stop the recording.
Okay.
I'll just stop it where it is because I can get enough data off of what you've done. And then I'll close out of all your stuff, right?
Okay.
And then save it. So let me stop the recording.